The NBA is officially back, and with the new season tipping off tonight, everything changes from here. New narratives, fresh rivalries, and a clean slate for every franchise. It's that time of year when hope is sky high and fans around the world start dreaming big. And in the spirit of that excitement, it's time to throw down some NBA awards predictions for the 2025 2026 season. No more speculation. The season starts now, and so do the debates. Let's talk MVP. Look, it's hard to bet against Nikola Jokic right now. The man is in the prime of his career, already with multiple MVPs and a Finals MVP under his belt, and still playing like he's just getting started. What separates Jokic from everyone else is the combination of consistency and versatility. He's not just putting up numbers. He's controlling games, dictating the tempo, and making every single teammate better. With the Denver Nuggets expected to be right back at the top of the Western Conference, it feels like another MVP campaign is brewing for the Serbian superstar. He's just that dominant. There's no gimmick to his game, just pure skill, basketball IQ, and a motor that doesn't stop. As long as he's healthy, it's hard to imagine anyone matching his all-around impact this season. Now, if there's one guy who could give him a serious run, it's Luka Doncic. Luka's been putting up video game numbers for years, but this might be the year where it all clicks. With expectations high and the Mavericks looking to make a deep postseason run, Luka will have to carry the load once again. And he will. Not only do I expect Luka to lead the league in scoring, I also believe he's a real contender for MVP if the Mavericks can get enough wins. There's just no other player in the league who controls the offense the way he does. He's going to be taking a ton of shots, sure, but he'll also be dishing out assists, grabbing boards, and putting the team on his back night after night. Even if his efficiency isn't perfect, the volume and production will be too good to ignore. And speaking of scoring, Luka Doncic is my pick for the scoring title. With LeBron expected to miss significant time early in the season and the Lakers still searching for rhythm, it opens the door for Luka to go absolutely crazy offensively. He'll have to. The supporting cast has potential, but it's inconsistent. Outside of a few names, you don't really know what you're going to get. That means Luka's usage rate will be sky high, and that's where he thrives. Expect him to put up around Trinta Ponto's poor Jogo and do it in style with clutch shots, big moments, and highlight reel plays. He's going to be must-watch all year long. Now let's flip to the other end of the court, Defensive Player of the Year. This might finally be the season Victor Wembanyama takes it. He was already sniffing around the conversation last year despite injuries and limited minutes. At one point, he was averaging nearly cuatro bloqueos por jogo. That's just not normal. What makes Wemby such a force isn't just his size, it's how mobile he is for someone with that frame. He covers ground like a guard, closes out with freakish length, and makes players think twice about even entering the paint. And this year, he's going to play more, be featured more, and make more of an impact. This could be the season where the NBA world collectively realizes, yeah, this kid might be the best defender in the league. If he stays healthy, I don't see anyone stopping him from taking home the DPOY award. I've been critical of Wemby in the past, I'll admit it. Early on, I wasn't convinced he was that different from other tall, lanky prospects we've seen over the years. I even compared him to Bol Bol at one point, wondering what truly separated the two besides hype. But now, that doubt is gone. Watching him over the summer, in preseason, and seeing how he's developed mentally and physically, this is a future superstar. And it starts now. I expect Wemby to finish top 5 in MVP voting this season and walk away with the Defensive Player of the Year trophy comfortably. Let's keep it rolling. Rookie of the Year? My bet is on Cooper Flag. Now, this is a unique situation. Most first overall picks are thrown into rebuilding situations with limited help around them. Not Flag. He's stepping into a Mavericks team that's already built to win now. That means less pressure, smarter rotations, and veterans like Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and D'Angelo Russell around him to guide the way. He doesn't have to be the hero. He just has to play his role, and I think he'll do it beautifully. He's going to rebound, facilitate, and bring that all-around game that few rookies possess. His shooting might take time to adjust, especially from three-point range, But even if he hovers around 30% from deep, his overall impact will be enough to earn him the award. What sets him apart is how polished and mature his game already looks. He's not out there just trying to get buckets. He plays winning basketball. Now for the clutch player of the year. I'm doubling down on Luka again. This guy has hit clutch shots his entire career. Step backs, deep threes, contested fadeaways. He lives for those moments. And here's the thing. I expect the Lakers to be in a ton of close games. That means Luka will have a lot of opportunities to shine late in the fourth quarter. Whether it's against top-tier teams or in those grinded-out matchups with mid-level squads, Luka will be the difference maker. Players like Steph, Jokic, and SGA will be in that conversation too, no doubt. But Luka's combination of confidence, ball handling, and shot-making ability in crunch time puts him at the top of the list for me. When the game slows down and it's time for someone to take over, it's going to be Luka. Sixth man of the year? I'm riding with Jonathan Kuminga. Now, there's a bit of a caveat here because there's a chance he might start too many games to qualify, depending on injuries or rotations. But if he comes off the bench consistently, I think this is his award to lose. Kuminga looked fantastic in the preseason. Aggressive, efficient, engaged. It looks like he's finally embraced what the Warriors need from him. 18 to Vint Pontos, poor Jogo off the bench isn't out of the question. Add in strong defense, rebounding, and better decision-making, and suddenly you've got a player who could completely shift games with his energy and production. This is a big year for Kuminga to prove he's more than just potential. If he stays consistent and keeps that mindset, I truly believe he could walk away with this one. But let's be honest, Kuminga still has to prove that he can bring it every night. We've seen flashes before. This year, he needs to turn those flashes into full games, full stretches, full months of production. If he does that, not only will he be in the running for Sixth Man of the Year, but he'll also elevate his value league-wide. The Warriors need that spark off the bench, and Kuminga has the tools to be exactly that. Most improved player? I'm going with Benedict Mathurin. With the Indiana Pacers dealing with injuries to key players like Tyrese Halliburton and uncertainty around others like Miles Turner, there's a big opportunity for Mathurin to step up. And he's already showing signs. Dropping Trina Pontos with perfect shooting from deep in a preseason game is no small feat, but it's more than the scoring. He looks more polished, more controlled, and more comfortable creating his own shot. This could be the breakout year. There are going to be minutes, there are going to be touches, and the door is wide open for him to take that next step. I think he'll seize the moment and emerge as one of the top young wings in the league. Maybe even a future All-Star. And to wrap up this batch of predictions, Coach of the Year. My pick is David Adelman of the Denver Nuggets. First full year as the head coach, and he's taking over a championship-caliber roster. The transition is going to be seamless. He knows the system, the players respect him, and if the Nuggets finish as the #1 seed again, the narrative is already there. It's very similar to what we saw with Kenny Atkinson last season. First-time head coach, dominant team, clear impact. That recipe usually leads to a Coach of the Year nod. Of course, other names will be in the mix. Mark Daigneault with the Thunder, Mike Brown with the Knicks, Steve Kerr if the Warriors overachieve. But I think it's Adelman's to lose. The team is too talented, too cohesive, and if he leads them to another top finish, voters will reward that. As the season tips off, there's something different in the air. This isn't just another chapter in NBA history. It feels like the beginning of a brand new era. The league is more stacked than ever, with a mix of established legends still performing at elite levels and a wave of young stars hungry to take their place. Everywhere you look, there's a storyline ready to explode. Can Jokic cement himself as a top 10 all-time player with another MVP and potential title? Will Luka finally take the Mavericks deep into the playoffs and silence the critics? Will Wembanyama live up to the sky-high expectations and deliver one of the greatest sophomore seasons we've ever seen? The questions are endless, and the season is just getting started. The Western Conference, especially, is going to be a war zone. You've got Golden State with something to prove, led by Steph Curry, who many believe still has another deep playoff run in him. Curry's entering this season laser-focused. All the talk about age, windows closing, and the dynasty being over, it's fuel. If the Warriors stay healthy, they're going to be right in the mix. Steph might not win MVP, but don't be shocked if he finishes in the top 3. His leadership, scoring, and ability to elevate the entire offense can't be understated. He's the heartbeat of that franchise, and this year, it feels like he's ready to remind everyone just how elite he still is. Meanwhile, the Lakers are in a strange place. They've got talent, sure, but inconsistency might be the theme of their season. LeBron's minutes will likely be carefully managed, and without him on the floor, questions arise. Can Anthony Davis dominate on a nightly basis and carry the team when needed? Can the role players find a rhythm early, or will the team spend the first half of the season figuring things out again? This is the kind of team that could beat anyone or lose to anyone, depending on the night. That means a lot of close games, and ironically, that could actually boost Luka's case for Clutch Player of the Year. As the Lakers hover around the middle of the pack, other stars will get more of those late-game opportunities. In contrast, teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers are entering this season with youthful confidence and momentum. The Thunder, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, are not a team to sleep on anymore. SGA has already shown he could be the best player on the court against anyone, and now he has a stronger supporting cast than ever. He's not just playing for All-NBA selections anymore. He's playing for wins. Real wins. And if the Thunder can surprise the West and finish as a top 3 seed, Shai could easily throw himself right back into the MVP conversation. He's that good. His mid-range game is surgical, he's slippery getting to the rim, and defensively he's improved every year. Then there's the East, where things might feel a little more wide open. Sure, the Bucks and Celtics will probably finish near the top, but what about the Cavaliers? What about the Knicks? Or even the Heat, who are always lurking and capable of going on a postseason run? This is where coaching is going to matter more than ever. And that's why the Coach of the Year race might be one of the most underrated storylines of the season. David Adelman is my pick, but if the Cavs figure things out under Kenny Atkinson or the Knicks stay consistent with Mike Brown at the helm, things could get interesting real quick. And let's not forget about the Thunder's Mark Daigneault. He's one of the most respected young coaches in the league. If OKC blows past expectations, he's going to get serious attention. One thing that's clear is that this year, there's no runaway favorite in most of these races. That makes everything feel more unpredictable and way more exciting. Even for something like Most Improved Player, the list of possible breakout candidates is huge. Benedict Mathurin stands out for now, but by mid-season, someone like Josh Giddey, Keegan Murray, or even Tyrese Maxey could surge into the spotlight. That's the beauty of this league. The growth happens fast. One strong month can change a player's entire narrative. That's what makes keeping up with this season so fun. You never know who's going to take that leap. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Golden State fans are buzzing with excitement and disbelief this morning after reports emerged of a blockbuster trade that could reshape the Western Conference landscape. Sources close to the teams claim that the Warriors have successfully secured TREY MURPHY III from the New Orleans Pelicans in what is already being described as one of the most surprising moves of the season. While nothing is official yet, the mere possibility of Murphy donning the Golden State jersey has set social media on fire and left analysts scrambling to assess the impact. Murphy, known for his smooth shooting and versatile wing play, has steadily developed into one of the Pelicans' more promising young talents. His ability to stretch the floor and contribute defensively has made him a valuable asset, which only makes the rumored trade all the more shocking. Golden State, a team with championship aspirations and a roster already packed with talent, seems to be doubling down on their pursuit of another title run, and adding Murphy could signal a strategic pivot towards more youth and shooting depth. The circumstances surrounding the trade are murky, with insiders suggesting that the Pelicans may be looking to clear cap space or acquire future draft picks in exchange for the young wing. Meanwhile, the Warriors' front office appears eager to capitalize on their championship window, adding a player whose skill set complements their current stars while potentially giving them more flexibility in rotations. Rumors suggest that Murphy could slide seamlessly into the starting lineup or serve as a deadly spark off the bench, depending on how head coach Steve Kerr decides to deploy him. Fans are already speculating wildly about how this trade might affect the team chemistry in the Bay Area. The Warriors, who have long been known for their ability to blend individual talent into a cohesive unit, may see Murphy become an instant fan favorite, especially if he can replicate the scoring bursts and clutch shooting he showed in New Orleans. Meanwhile, the Pelicans' locker room will undoubtedly feel his absence, leaving questions about who will step up to fill the void in their rotation. While the league has yet to confirm the details, the rumor alone is enough to dominate headlines and stir debate among analysts, insiders, and supporters alike. Could TREY MURPHY III be the missing piece Golden State needs to reignite their championship run? Or is this just another high-profile gamble in a season already filled with twists and surprises? Either way, the NBA world is watching closely, and if the deal is finalized, the Warriors may have just pulled off one of the boldest moves of the year. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.